Thanks so much for making it over to my channel. It's Nadia's Nutrition, and I'm Nadia. And I'm so excited to talk about today's topic. And the question is, what's wrong with gluten? Because as you probably can see, all the recipes on my site have no gluten, and well, people wonder, why can't they eat gluten? What's wrong with that, right? Well, I'm just gonna go through a few things because there's a lot of things that are wrong with it, but I'm trying to go not in too much detail. So we're gonna start with number one. Number one is that people did not evolve to eat it. If we did not evolve to eat them, they were not around when we were hunter-gatherers and things like this. So grains are fairly new to us, maybe not new to us, but they're new to the human race, let's say. So grains are kind of hard for the body to digest, and some grains are less so and some grains are more so. But we're talking about the gluten-containing grains, which would be rye, barley, and wheat. Wheat is really a very allergenic food. A lot of people are extremely sensitive to wheat. They might not know about it because a lot of people think that, well, I don't have celiac disease, so I don't have to worry about wheat. Well, don't be so sure, because you may still be sensitive to wheat. I've seen time and time again, people have such amazing results just taking out wheat after, have been suffering with some pain or conditions where they have autoimmune conditions, when they had very high antibody levels, and then just taking out gluten brought their antibody levels to normal. So another reason would be the fact that gluten creates a lot of autoimmune problems in our body. As I mentioned with the antibodies, gluten enters our body and it's not properly digested, which in most people it's not, because most people have a problem with digestion. When gluten comes into our body, the particles of gluten end up being in our blood. They come through the leaky gut and they end up, floating around in our body, not in the digestion anymore, but outside, right? And those particles are foreign to our body. Our body sends an immune reaction to attack the gluten particles. It wants to kill them because this is not our body. This is something foreign. That's why we have immune system, right? So it goes in there, it tries to kill them. And what happens is our immune system then straight away is searching for things that are similar to that particle in our body somewhere else, because they're thinking, well, they're not thinking, but the way it works is they're trying to protect us from all these foreign particles. So they're trying to find all of them in our body, and some of our body tissues are similar to gluten in terms of, for our immune system, they have similar markers. So there's a big connection between thyroid disease and gluten, because sometimes our immune system recognizes gluten, and then thyroid gland is similar to gluten, so it might start attacking thyroid. So that's why it's such a big correlation between antibodies, especially thyroid antibodies, and gluten, because they are so similar for our immune system. So every time you eat gluten, you might be attacking your thyroid. And if you are prone to thyroid disease or autoimmune thyroid disease, this might be your weak spot, so I would definitely watch out for that. So I hope that was helpful, and if you have any more questions about gluten, I would love to hear from you. I definitely can talk about it for hours, but I'd love to see what kind of questions come up and interact with you guys more in the comments below.